Talking Gotham. 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 Talking Gotham.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Cam, and welcome back to Talking Gotham. It has been a while since we have been back to Gotham, but here we are. We've seen 3 more episodes, and we're going to talk about them. They have some weird titles, but they're mostly good in terms of quality. Thank God. First up, if we can interrupt his reading, it's Jacob Collins. Jacob, how are you?
All right, I was just reading the Long Halloween book that may or may not be the inspiration for the moon that may or may not be the inspiration for the Batman Part 2. And I'm just really excited to talk about these 3 episodes. I know Matt said he hated all 3, so he was, he said he can't not wait not to talk about them. So we'll see what happens.
Well, speaking of Matt, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's good to be back that we're now almost finishing with season 4. I did bought the final season for like $10 on digital. Luckily, I was able to get it cheaper before we even covered the final season. But I will say that he's like 50% correct that I hated all 3 of the episodes. I did not hate all 3 of the episodes. I will say that the last 2 episodes were solid, not great. Hated the first one so much. It was so terrible.
Yeah, we will get to all of that, but sorry that it's been a while with Talking Gotham. I was out of the country on vacation, but these guys carried on with Small Zero without me, so I appreciate that. We had a great stream the other week doing American Pie, which that was a lot of fun. Shout out to you, Stephanie. And by the time this drops, we will be back to Small Zero proper, the main show. And we'll have a lot of fun stuff to talk about with that. So stay tuned for that and more. But with that out of the way, let's just get straight into it.
Yeah.
What a title. What an absolute title. This is season 4, episode 15, called The Sinking.
Go away.
Beg me for your life.
Gotham, all new next Thursday on Fox.
The episode aired on March 22nd, 2018. Working with Oswald again, Nigma rescues Martin and delivers him to safety while Oswald escapes from Arkham. Together, they attempt to convince Lee to help them, but Nigma is captured by Grundy and returned to the Sirens, who take him to Sophia. However, Oswald successfully breaks into Sophia's mansion and follows Nigma to the pier, rescuing him. Simultaneously, Sophia attempts to kill Oswald, but Gordon and Bullock work together to protect him before surviving an attack from her, which leads to Lee shooting Sophia in the head, putting her into a coma, which that's not how it works when you're getting shot with your skull off. Gordon plans on confessing to the GCPD, but Bullock forces him to live with the guilt instead. Meanwhile, Bruce and Selina reconcile with one another, and Barbara becomes affected by Ra's al Ghul's powers.
I'm sorry, but I watched this whole episode. Did I not notice? I didn't see her in the hospital.
No, you don't see her in the hospital, but she's off screen in another hospital room. But here's the thing. Her getting shot in the fucking head.
You see her eyes open.
Blown up, and somehow she's in a fucking coma. I'm sorry, you would fucking
shows back up on the show again. Like, she does not show back up on a show ever again. So I'm like, I thought she died. I thought she literally died because you never see her again on the series ever again.
I know, and her eyes are open as her head getting skulled, fucking blown to hell. Well, I'm sorry, you would not get thrown into a coma right in the middle of a skull right here. You're done.
You know how television works. Death is a light fog to these people.
But this one, they go far beyond stupidity of logic.
You could just say she's dead because, I mean, honestly, she, like, literally, she never comes back again. And, like, her eyes were open. So I'm like, fuck it, she's dead.
So now we know for sure that she's never going to return to the show. So that would be, I think maybe at the time when they were doing season 4, I don't think they were planning on doing a final season. I think that only happened after the season 4 had finished. When they finished airing the show.
Because, like, because, like, what happened was, Fox went on this they call the slaughter, the red wedding of channel, because they killed 80% of their programming that they did not own because Disney had to purchase Fox. And so Disney told Fox basically kill all the programs that we do not own. The only programs keep are the highest rated ones.
Yeah, because this is a DC show that was distributed by WB, and Fox picked that up. Since now that when Disney bought Fox, like you said, that's when they had to kill a lot of the programming that's not
like
owned
they killed
by
great
Disney.
shows too. They killed great like the Mick. I thought that was like which it really sucks. That the thing is, here's the thing, because Lethal Weapon, they only had room for two shows,
which that was owned by WB.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon, the rights.
And they were going to decide either to cancel Gotham or renew Gotham and cancel Lethal Weapon because they were looking for a star for Lethal Weapon since they fired the lead actor in Lethal Weapon. And they said if they're talking to Sean William Scott, if they can get him, then they'll just renew Lethal Weapon, and that'll be the big announcement. If they can't make a deal with him, then they'll just cancel it and then renew Gotham. But what happened is they renewed, they made a deal, and then I'm like, oh fuck, Gotham's fucked. And then of course they said no, we'll give it a final season, but we're not making 22.
Yeah, so that explains it because I believe that I believe that they had a lot of plans for Sophia to return to the show, but they were going to kill the show programming when Disney bought Fox. And that's when they just had to wrap up their final 12 episodes.
Which the final season is not bad. I will say that. Okay, I will say though, I do think it should have got 22, but I mean at the same time, it does.
Because I know you're a fan of the show, if they really wanted to continue it, they could have just picked it up and go to maybe HBO Max or something. But since it's a network show, I mean, I get it.
Well, HBO Max wasn't a thing at the time. HBO.
Okay, no, yeah, you're totally right. I keep forgetting that HBO Max didn't exist yet. So this was back in 2018.
Yeah, it seems.
I think at the time
not so long ago, but it's really long ago. But
no, wait, did DC Universe still existed? The DC Universe app?
I think it was just starting up at the time.
Well, yeah, they were just starting. Yes, they could have picked that up for DC Universe app and picked it up.
Y'all remember when everyone had a cow because Robin told Batman to go fuck himself? Pepperidge Farm.
No, he's like, "Fuck Batman."
Fuck Batman. Seriously, fuck Batman.
It's like, fuck Batman.
Fuck Batman.
Oh,
did you catch that Easter egg in this episode in particular, when he was reading the comic book in front of that little kid who can't talk? The Detective Comics. Comics.
That's not the only Easter egg. When he flips the comic book cover, I sent Ryan this picture. When he flips it around, guess what TV show is on the back of the comic book?
The Flash.
The CW Flash show.
I missed that. I didn't see the back of the cover. It went over my head. I did not catch that, but I did caught the Detective Comics.
Like, what the fuck?
Which I believe that Detective Comics was kind of like the first issue of the Batman of the comic book. At least, correct me if I'm wrong.
I sent you a picture right now, Matt. There you go.
I do like the opening though. I do like the opening where it's like the little kid who has the notepad and he can't talk, so he has to write out stuff, and then the Riddler saves him. That's weird.
One thing, wholesome. Hey, can you excuse me for 1 minute?
Just so I'm clear, that was not meant for me, right?
No, it was made for Jake. It's out of context. He sent me a photo, and that wasn't the photo that he was telling me to get. That little pie fucker over here had to do that.
I will turn this car around.
I see a picture of the guy from Reno 911 when Jim Dangle does the thumbs up, and he's sitting there nudely sewing his costume with his bare ass out. And he has, but yeah, I've actually seen the real one.
So yeah, the back of the cover of the Detective Comics, that was the poster of the first season of The Flash. I remember that poster.
Yeah, I just that. I literally I'm watching the show going, are you serious? Like, you're just breaking the fourth wall now with the
they went far beyond the fucking meta-ness.
Like the Flash show. I'm like, really? Like, that's what I'm like, okay, you broke the fourth wall for me.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have picked the show up from the CW, since the CW had DC at the time. It was still going on.
But Greg Berlanti didn't really want shows that weren't his.
No, yeah.
Constantine was the exception because he wanted the character, but other than that, he kind of already had plans for Batgirl, because remember at the time they did a Batwoman show.
They were doing the Batwoman series.
So it would contradict what they're saying, It would contradict what they were doing.
Then we get a new crime boss, same as the old crime boss, who's just kind of there.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think about the Riddler rescuing the mute kid, where he sends him pictures like, go turn the gas on, but don't light it.
Yeah, like I said, I thought that was weirdly
And
wholesome. Like
everything.
Riddler's firmly back to being
And then it sends a picture of a
evil. Like
toilet.
he remembers who he is now, which is good, and like that whole thing.
Yeah, his alter ego I took over Enigma.
You know, I'm wondering how the hell did Riddler get his notepad and was able to draw these pictures without the kid ever noticing? Like literally, just somehow this randomly, oh my god, someone's drew in my notepad that I've had on me this whole entire time.
Yeah, who did drew the new notepad? That was completely like out of context.
Riddler's
Maybe
just like
the notebook fell into the back rooms.
And then I do like this though, the Penguin getting a riddle from a guard and says punch nothing but punching the ground. And then like he said, you have to punch me. He wants you to punch me. Okay, and then the Penguin just punches the guard in the face. I started laughing. I'm like, I would not want to deliver that riddle if it says the Riddler wants you to punch me in the face.
No, he said you want to give him a knuckle sandwich. Okay. Which I thought that was odd choice to him to knock him on conscience.
I do like. What do you think about Selena and Bruce and Selena fighting the bookie at the pawn shop?
That was fun. I like that.
I thought that was kind of pointless. Yeah, because she's stealing and then she wants to return it. Why? Then what the fuck was the point of that? Of stealing a fucking jewelry? I never got that. That part confused the fuck out of me right there.
I will say I did like. I don't know. I like that. I mean, I feel like they're giving them something to do because I'm watching this going. These 3 episodes, Bruce and Selena. Besides the last episode, Bruce and Selena are non-existent in these episodes. Besides,
they are. They went on to go and steal the jewelry, and she felt guilty for being accomplice to that murder of that guy that Poison Ivy was responsible for. It's like, no, I'm going to steal it. No, I'm going to return it. Like, what the fuck was the point? You just went on a wild goose chase.
Yeah. And Alfred and Lucius are not even in these 2 episodes. The first
like,
2
take
episodes.
the Selena and fucking Bruce like subplot out of the episode. It wouldn't have changed anything.
I did like Bruce's one line. Next time, take the deal. Like such a frick. I love a one-liner sometimes. It's so stupid, but it's so fun.
Speaking of people going back to who they were, Grundy's becoming Butch again.
And getting revenge on the Riddler when he's like, hey, Grundy, and everything. And they say, you recognize me. He says, and then he's like, and he throws him against the wall. He's like, I thought that was great. When he looks at him, he's like, he puts it, oh, crap, he remembers.
Yeah, so basically, like, he's just sending, like, Oswald to have Mr. Freeze and freeze the shit out of him to take him to Sophia. And taking him to what was it, the Siren Lounge, and so that he can deliver it to Penguin. And once they have no use for the Enigma, that'll be a great way to get Butch's revenge.
Which I do like. Okay, I could have swore that they killed the dude off with the eye patch. The Wallace, the black.
Oh god, the eye patch dude! I'm sick of that guy.
I literally could have swore that he died. Because remember, Penguin stabs him in the throat because he goes.
Yeah, he stabs him in the throat. Like, what the hell? How's he alive?
I legit forgot who he was. Like, when I saw him, I'm like, wait, what in the Demolition Man is going on here? And then I'm like, oh, this guy. Okay.
This is my reaction. This is like my reaction to his appearance.
I have a few questions, starting with what the fuck?
I wanted to add one clip.
That right there actually sums it up perfectly. That right there is the perfect.
I literally wanted to add that one clip of Loaded Weapon, and then the interrogation scene, and Sam Jackson calls out to that one guy, "Didn't you die?" I thought this was a sequel from Loaded Weapon to parody of fucking Lethal Weapon.
What do you think about? I do like that Zassenwald's running into Gordon and Penguin, and then Bullock finding out that they just revealed Mr. Penn about him, and then they're like, and they go, "What about Mr. Penn? Huh? Well, it seems like now we got to go." Cause like they're saying all this information out in the public, and then with Zaz, they're running to each other, and like, all right, we need you to give us Penguin now, and then we're gonna go find out about Mr. Penn, why we need Mr. Penn, and then they just go bam, 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 and then, by the way, no one gets shot because apparently everyone has stormtrooper aim. Because everybody's just going bam, 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 gunshots going everywhere. No one's getting shot. It's just like everybody's just like, oh, thank God, this freaking mailbox was right here, or else we would have been really bad because apparently in Gotham, bullets don't hit you unless you get.
Apparently, most people in Gotham are impervious to bullets, or
Yeah.
is anyone's fucking Neo from the Matrix doing dodging bullets?
Lee is able to run and get in the car and drive off without getting shot, and she gets in the glass that the window glass gets hit, but yet she does no bullet in her, and I'm like, in what world does that logic make sense?
Yeah, well, speaking of Penn, do we want to talk about where we find him in this episode? Because there's no delicate way to put this. So, like,
he's at a pedophile role play club where adults want to be children, and they want for like a fetish.
Specifically babies. Like, they're in onesies and they're like wearing like bibs, and like some of them have like the thing from like the old cartoons like around the head. Like, and I'm just like, so this is how the 1% spend their time. Okay.
This is my reaction.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's way worse.
There, and then you find Penn in there, like hiding, I guess.
He tried to crawl, like he was so incommitted. He's like, and they're like, "Hey, wait right there." And they're like, "We want a Baba, like, we want a Baba." And I'm just like, "Oh."
One of the nurses is like, "We have the strictest confidentiality." Of like, "I'm sure you do."
They just walked, and they just walked away like it's normal. Like, what? Is this even legal?
Them nurses better be paid millions. That's all I'm saying.
I would just be like, GCPD, everyone on the ground. GCPD.
Gordon and Pollock like, okay, go about your day. Be weird.
Maybe it's like My Strange Addiction. You know how they have those one girl or whatever that wanted to be a baby? I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's like that where it's like, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just like they're people that want to be babies. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the mindset of people like that where it's like you have so much money that you're just like, you know what? I want to be a baby again. I've never had that logic.
To quote Magneto, why do you ask questions you don't want to know the answer to?
I thought it was, why do you want to know have the questions to which you already know? I thought that was the line.
Yep, you're right. I'm sorry.
Let's say, come on, dude. You didn't watch X-Men 2 like 1,000 times?
Not as much as you, but
my favorite line in that movie, by the way, is Mr. Lewis never trusts a beautiful woman, especially one who is interested in you. That is my favorite line in that movie. That is still, I still hold by that. Okay, if a beautiful woman, we've learned 1,000 times, if you get a DM from a beautiful woman, automatically that's a scam, because I just look at that Magneto quote and I'm like, yes, scam. I'm not.
Never trust a woman, especially if someone's interested in you.
But Sophia dies, as we have alluded here.
Shot in the head. And Matt was like, I bet you that's what Ryan texted me. Matt's gonna be so pissed off by this. He goes,
because I know Matt hates Lee with the passion of 1,000 suns, and when that happened, he probably punched the wall and is covering up with one of those Spider-Man posters back there.
Oh no, this is what happened. No, I'm telling you, this right here, this is what Matt did, okay? This is literally what Matt did right here, okay? If I can find the clip. Where the hell is the clip at? I'm trying to find the clip. Where is the clip? Oh yeah, I got it right here. This is what Matt said.
Coming up on So You Think You Can Live with Brian.
No, this is one here.
Don't do this to me. God damn it!
I was gonna play that if no one else did.
I mean, seriously, I'm just saying.
Are you fucking serious? You got shot in the fucking skull and you're in a coma? What?
Oh, she's in a coma, which I'm like,
I'm sorry. You see her laying on the floor with her eyes open. That's a sign that she's fucking dead. It's like, no, she's in a coma.
Killed her off. I guess they
turned
killed
to
her off.
Black Knight from Monty Python. You'd be like, all right, we'll call it a draw.
I have a theory that they probably killed her off. Okay, but what happened was the producers were like, "Oh, we really like this actress. Maybe we want to bring her back next season. Just say she's in a coma, even though we didn't shoot anything to show her in a coma." So of course they just okay, we'll just say she's in a coma.
This is mean to the writers of the show.
Dude, does it just suck being you?
Apparently. Bruno Heller was
I was
having
just,
a day.
dude. I was literally
John,
waiting for
Bruno
something
Heller's
to
not
do.
even there anymore. It's John Stevens now that's the showrunner. Him and the Danny Cannon, the director of the show. By the way, Danny Cannon, him and Bruno Heller have technically been the showrunner since season 1. Danny Cannon directed Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone.
That explains it.
Yeah, he said that he was one of the worst experiences of his life, like he's ever made a movie. That's why he's doing direct television now. Which Bruno Heller, though, he left the show to go work on an Alfred prequel series called Pennyworth. And so that John Stevens and Danny Cannon are the showrunners now. And they basically John Stevens, I will say, for the most part, he's been doing a good job this season.
Here's another reaction to Sophia being in the coma.
What on God's great earth?
I figured that he would want me to play that one.
Which I've been saying this. Okay, I think John Stevens, for the most part, has been a good job. I think, honestly, the season 4...
I think so far the writing's not the best.
You don't think season 4 is a better show than season 3?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
You just don't remember. That's
You haven't finished.
I just don't really give a shit as a whole.
I'm enjoying this. I will say this: I did like Lee and Penguin going to Freeze and making a deal for him to help, and he's like, "You still owe me money and everything," and he goes, "You're gonna get money. All you have to do is freeze me, and she'll pay you, okay?" Like, and all of a sudden, then he does literally I love when he brings it in though. He walks in there, and all of a sudden she's like, "This is unexpected," and then he brings the ice sculpts. He goes, "Is he alive in there?" He goes, "I think so." And he goes, "You gonna pay me?" He says, "How much do you want?" And he goes, 100,000. Okay, pay him. And I'm like, that was the easy. They're like, yeah, let's just pay this guy.
I should have asked for more.
He's like, literally, Freeze just gets paid. I mean, Freeze is probably happy. He goes, I get paid. I get paid. And they're scared of me. Yeah, whichever. Yeah, you're a guy that freezes people. You're like, oh shit, we don't want to piss this guy off. Like, this literally, and all of a sudden you're like, all right, yeah, pay this guy, whatever. I guarantee you, if it would have been someone else, you probably would have been like, I'm not paying you that much money. But they're like, Mr. Freeze, that we don't even know if when he freezes people, he can unthaw people. Yeah, let's just pay this guy and send him on his way. I mean, I would too. I don't care if this guy, like, I don't care if you're like the most evilest villain on the show. If Mr. Freeze comes in there and goes, here, I got your enemy for you. Give me $100,000. You're going to give him $100,000. And you're like, because you're not going to, like, I don't want to get killed because I don't want to get frozen, which I like how he hands Penguin this right here should just do it. He said, that's the short I could do on short notice, which Freeze just doesn't give a shit. He's like, I don't give a shit about any of you.
In the moment that Penguin gets unthawed and gets like melted, he was able to keep his brain intact, even though he was fucking frozen for hours in that ice cube.
Well, that's because Riddler was frozen for months, though. He wasn't frozen. Like, I mean, if you're frozen for a few minutes, like, remember when the season
it was not a few minutes, it was hours. It was hours for him.
But I mean, remember in season 2 of Gotham when that one guy was frozen for a day? And then he remembered Freeze. He said, you know, that's like, you know, if it's like frozen for a short term period, it's fine. But if you're like Riddler was frozen for months. So, I mean, that I guess it just works differently. I mean, I'm sure if Penguin was frozen for like a year, then yeah, I'm sure it would be, he'd probably be like, I'm not Penguin anymore, which I feel like they're on the same track mind. I mean, seriously, I got some issues, okay, about this. All right. I do like Penguin rescuing Riddler from death, and I do like Lee shooting Sophia in the head and chest, and Lee smashing the mob boss's hand with Sophia the way Sophia did her. I thought that was pretty great. When everybody, she's like, "No," he's like, "No," and he goes, I'm like, on this show, just like smashing hands is like normal on this show because they're just like, Apparently, this show is very hand phobic, okay? Because every time someone gets their hand chopped off, someone's getting their hand smashed. Someone's getting shot in the hand. I'm like, what is it with them and hand torture? It's like, you know what? I hate hands. It's like the writer's like, I hate hands.
Well, they wanted to be more graphic, and they're trying to go more R-rated style.
I do like when she shot Jim, Sophia versus Jim, when she shoots Jim, and she's about to kill Jim, and she goes, I killed my own father because he disappointed me, Jim. You could have had everything. And then, like, all of a sudden, Lee just goes, pow. She's like, she's like, bam, too, and then she's.
I was just waiting for Sophia to die. Like, please just kill her off.
Yeah, which the good news is you never see her again, so you're gonna be happy. She's never.
Oh, thank God. Well, because like I said before, they probably originally were gonna plan on getting her in a future seasons. But
Yeah, I mean,
the plans changed and they decided to
up.
scrap the plan and just wrap the show up in the next season.
And it works. It's not like they rushed everything. It's not like like The Voice where it just feels like okay, they try to get to the finale.
Well, I kind of disagree on that, but that's up for a different debate.
Talking Voice coming soon. I will say
one last thing before scores. Well, apparently Barbara's the dragon's head now.
The demon's head.
Or the demon's head, excuse me, because then she gets Iron Fist's powers, and then the last frame of the episode,
Iron Fist.
She starts hallucinating Ra's al Ghul. And I'm like, well, I'm sure Matt's going to be really happy about this development, by God.
And she's hallucinating. Remember, she hallucinated Ra's al Ghul. She's hallucinating.
What on God's great earth?
Fuck the writers of the show. I think this is one of the fucking sloppiest writers.
Look at little Goblin Jr. Gonna cry?
No, and I don't care.
I'm gonna tell you he can't.
I will say this show is pretty good. I mean, there's some good stuff in the show.
No, it's getting worse right now for this fucking show.
Oh, you think? Oh, wait, like the next episode, 2 episodes are really bangers, and then the next episode,
I wouldn't call it to say they're bangers. They're solid. They're not great.
Man, I just don't think you like show. Period. You're just like watching it because.
No, I don't like the show as a whole. I wouldn't shy away from. I'm not sugarcoating it. It's not a great show.
Ryan and me are like, this is a fun show. This is fun. It's a fun show. There's not.
Yeah, because once I finish that show, I'll never watch it again.
You're gonna love the Jokers when the Joker comes to the show. You're gonna love that.
I doubt it.
You told me too, Matt. So we're on the same boat.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, well, I tended to not trust this judgment.
Let's go to. I
have some negatives I want to say about this before we go.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but. You move. It says if there's a new crime boss that's torturing people, why wouldn't you just move out of the Narrows? If he's running where you have to donate everything and he's beating you to death if you don't donations to him, just move. I mean, he doesn't control you. You could literally move. I mean, also I could have swore, the Penguin's henchman was killed. I'm starting to think the Riddler is supernatural because there's no way he could have escaped and made it down the lobby without anyone noticing, especially Penguin when he kidnaps Penguin whenever they're at the hospital. Literally, I'm starting to think he's supernatural because there's no way the Riddler could have got the Penguin, made it into the lobby. Also, Penguin in a standoff with a glass bottle, and Bullock and Gordon have guns. He literally pulls it like, "Come on!" I'm like, "Bam!" He could have shot you. You're dead. I mean, literally. Also, no bullets hit Zass, Bullock, or Gordon or Lee at all. Mr. Penn having a baby fetish. Apparently, there's the only pure in Gotham because every single person keeps theirs trying to kill somebody. Okay. This is the only pure, pure as in like, the pure.
Yes.
Apparently, that's the only pure in Gotham because every person that's been every fucking day.
It's mostly been happening. No, but here's the thing. It's mostly been happening to the Penguin.
And the Riddler. It's like, wow.
And the Riddler. Is this the only location that they can only film?
Agreed.
It's the only pure location in the city.
It's the only pure location that we can shoot.
And they're like, even they make the reference, let's never come back to this pier again. Because they're like,
that's what I said.
Yeah, until the next season. They come back again.
Apparently, Barbara and Tabitha are big Hell's Kitchen fans because they're playing the Hell's Kitchen theme at the club.
Yeah. I noticed it. I was like, "What the fuck are they playing?"
I thought Ryan was gonna get kicked out of it.
I know. Well, it's not. But I mean, it's not even really their theme. That's just a song that was taken from an old song, "Fire," a disco music.
I know. I just like it as a Hell's Kitchen. We're like, "Fire."
Boom. All right, we're going to scores now. Collins, 1 to 10.
6.
Okay, Matt.
4.
Man, Matt really hated it. I was like, that's
yeah, it's fucking terrible.
I'm splitting the difference. I'm going 5. It's definitely one of the worst episodes of the season, probably of the show, period. But thankfully, this next one is much, much better. It's season 4, episode 16, called One of My Three Soups, which sounds like it belongs
title, but it actually makes sense when you see it.
It sounds like a Nirvana album from the 90s that never got released.
Like a heart-shaped box.
And I like Nirvana. I can make jokes.
You know what? Come as you are, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's something in the way, okay, of you, okay? You know, your heart is shaped like a box.
And I drink penny royal tea.
Anything. Selena?
No. She's not that kind of girl. Gotham, all new next Thursday on Fox.
The episode aired on March 29th, 2018. The episode was directed by Ben McKenzie, the man who played Gordon. So he directed this episode. Jervis Tetch breaks himself, Jerome, Scarecrow, and 80 other inmates out of Arkham before hypnotizing hundreds of Gotham citizens to stand on rooftops, forcing Gordon into an impossible situation. Though Tetch programs his victims to jump if they are told not to, Gordon finds a loophole and tricks the hypnotized people into saving each other while apprehending Tetch. Bruce, blaming himself for not killing Jerome in their previous encounter, tracks him down with Selena's help as Jerome tracks down his abusive uncle. Jerome's uncle tries to kill him, but Bruce intervenes in an using encounter. He chooses to spare Jerome again. Jerome kills his uncle after learning the location of someone for whom he is searching. He and Scarecrow later rescues Tetch and head to Saint Ignatius, or whatever you want to pronounce it.
Ignatius.
Saint Ignatius, pursued by Bruce, who alerts Gordon. Elsewhere, Barbara, forcing himself to remember the events surrounding her resurrection, learns that Ra's al Ghul's revived her so that she could replace him as the Demon's Head, which I don't fucking understand why, and usurps leadership of the League of Shadows with the help from the organization female members who killed her.
When you think about
Crap.
Continue.
And I. Oh. I warned you.
I'm about to take your ass backstage, and if you keep doing shit like that.
Well,
Continue, Matt.
No, I can't continue. You fucked that up.
well, the episode starts off pretty hot and heavy with the whole Jervis Tetch escape thing. I love how the guards have to wear headphones around him because, you know, he can hypnotize them. That's a nice touch. And then like I wasn't talking to you. It's the guard behind the guard that he's talking to.
I love that.
That
so
was
much.
great. And then is like, well, thanks for all your effort. That was awesome. I love that whole opening stretch.
That to me is what I like about the show. Is like, you know, it seems like, yes, I will admit with Matt, I said, Matt, the heroes sometimes are just written terribly, but the villains, I will say, unlike Smallville, where you have the heroes and the villains written cleverly, you have on this show, it feels like, I will say, they learned their lesson in season 1. Season 2 onward, like the villains, even if like the villains only show up for like 1 or 2 episodes, they have some of the better villains that are written in the show because the villains are written so better than the heroes that you want to see. Oh my God, I want to see what Jerome's up to this week. I want to see what the Scarecrow's up to. I want to see what Mad Hatter's doing. And especially when they absolutely like that Arkham breakout, I'm like, that, all right, I'm on board because this is cool. You know, they're breaking him out, like, and then all of a sudden, I love that when he's like, talk to me. And he goes, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her. And then he turns around all of a sudden. And he's like,
and then like this is just Mad Hatter who's completely on one. Like he crushes this one couple with a wrecking ball in the next scene.
You know what it is. I came in like a wrecking ball.
you know what, Matt? You know what, Matt?
You know what? The next time you have a thought, let it go.
Hang on a second, I'm getting another call.
Hi, you're a loser. Please hold.
She just got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So
I swear to God, I thought they were gonna play that music. The moment that record ball drops on those couples, fucking like,
it would have been
damn.
No, it wouldn't have been relevant. That came out in like 2012.
But by the way, no, it's Wrecking Ball. I thought it came out like in 2014.
Somewhere in that ballpark.
It did came out around that time.
I will say though, I did, like I said, obviously the reason Scarecrow doesn't take off his mask is because they recasted the actor, because the actor that played him in the first half of season 4, he was shooting 13 Reasons Why, and it conflicted with the schedule because they don't shoot the show all
I think
at once.
I think that's because he wasn't in 13 Reasons Why. That he was in the show Ozark.
Ozark, I'm sorry, I messed up.
Yeah, they were shooting. Yeah, because I don't remember him being in 13 Reasons Why.
Ozark,
I remembered him that he was in an Ozark, and they were shooting around the first season of the show.
Yeah, so he could not do it because because the show doesn't shoot like all at once. It shoots like multiple months, and I'm sure he booked another.
Yeah,
I can't do it. So they casted him with a different actor who did a good job, and I'm glad that they didn't just like make him take off his mask. Like that's not the same guy, but instead they just kept him in the mask the whole time, which I think it makes the character more intimidating.
Why he's not talking and why he's not talking so much.
It also helps that the design is great. It's clearly an Arkham game homage, but I love that design and I love the design here. It's great.
The first design looked like Batman Begins, and then the second design is like very Arkham, Arkham.
So yeah, we're gonna take the design of the Arkham style, which I think that was a better choice.
Yeah. Oh, and that's not even the final design he'll get. So you're gonna be very happy.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's not the final design.
The final design is very comic book accurate, So I'm like, you're gonna like that. I will say though, I did like like him, and then the freeing Jerome, and then they're like, all right, let's go, and then all of a sudden, what about her? And then he goes, Hatter, I don't care, kill her. And then all of a sudden, Hatter goes, now you can kill your son. Then she goes,
no, I did like that. I did like when he was manipulating every people to go up in the roof and try to jump on top and do the countdown thing. I thought that even the wide shot on the roof, like oh my god, there's like 50 people in each building. I was like, damn, he's got the control at every radio station too.
So what do you think when he killed that couple with the wrecking ball? Do you think that was really dark when all of a sudden you see the wrecking ball?
Like I said, I can imagine people doing the meme video and put the fucking Miley Cyrus on and came in wrecking ball. That would probably would have been the funniest shit I've ever seen.
I did like seeing Barbara's origins, what happened after she woke up, because I mean that was a big question. Like, what happened?
I mean, it's fine, no, but I fucking hated the fact that Ra's al Ghul chooses her to become the leader of the League of Shadows. Oh no, and one fucking douchebag guy said, "Oh yeah, we don't allow females to lead." So apparently you're sexist in the fucking League of Shadows. And then they had the females that stood against him. And then, let's have a group of female assassins killing one of their own people. Like, where the fuck is the logic in this shit?
And then she makes a comment and says, "Oh, you're no longer a league now. We're no longer a league."
It must have,
and as Ryan said, she opens the glow of the Iron Fist.
It must have been very awkward for Talia. That's all I will say.
Yeah.
Was that even Talia? Was that?
I'm saying like Talia, like Al Ghul, because
Talia Al Ghul.
Talia Al Ghul was supposed to be like, wasn't she supposed to be the demon's head after Ra's?
Yeah, because I don't even think that does he even have a daughter in this version of the Gotham series?
He does have a daughter, but I can't tell you who she is because that'd be a spoiler for the next.
I don't know. I have a feeling that this is not. I have a feeling she was not chosen. I just feel like they're misleading us.
I can't tell you anything about
which I have a feeling that Ra's al Ghul.
It's more like inspired from the other daughter, Nasa Al Ghul.
Oh, Nisa,
yeah.
Which they used Nisa Al Ghul in the Arrow show too.
So yeah, she's Nisa in this universe. Nisa.
Yeah. So I have a feeling Nisa will probably return.
Yeah. Oh, I will say though. Ra's Al Ghul. This whole storyline with Ra's al Ghul is not over yet. That's all I'm saying. Okay,
he's coming back. I can guarantee he's coming.
I'm saying, wait.
No character really dies in the Gotham universe, so I have a feeling that they're going to bring back Ra's al Ghul.
I will say they're teasing something. You haven't seen what they're teasing.
Either one, they'll probably bring him back in the flashback, and they have Nisa as one of the main of the league, and then Barbara is going to not be the demon head, and it's just misleading.
My biggest issue is Bruce. Remember, Bruce was supposed to be the demon. They were setting that up, and then Barbara just becomes the demon. Like that's
maybe this glowing Iron Fist hand might be the resurrection of Ra's al Ghul to be reanimate and regenerate. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that was just like a little bit of a backup plan in case something were to happen to him.
But yeah, I will say I do think. But I will say I think Bruce tried that. One thing I did like was Bruce trying to distract the GCPD detective while Selena's.
I don't know how I felt about that. It felt weird.
Your mom's coming to kill me. Okay, you have to help me. And then he's like, he's just like this, and Bruce, she's like I'm.
She just like, she didn't even bother to call Gordon, like, hey, Bruce called, he needs protection here. Like, no, never.
Well, because he's out there looking for the Scarecrow and the Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter's literally has
but the woman didn't even bother making the calls. Like, yeah, it's an emergency. Yeah, Bruce needs protection here.
I get it. I understand why she didn't, because she said there's bigger issue right now. Because I don't think Jerome's after you right now.
The scene. I don't know. The scene right here, the distraction felt very cringed. Like I did not like that. It bothered me.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the problem that had to bother you is the thing where Selena thinks Bruce is about to kiss her, then he opens her door.
I thought that part was funny.
And
that part made me laugh.
She's like,
you know what that you know what that reminded me? The Matt Reese's Batman scene when he was next to Selena checking the contact lens, just when he was like, "Come here, it's good." Remember that? I was like, it feels like he watched Gotham episode and be like, "Hey, let's do something similar to this."
I thought you were gonna say like in Spider-Man: Homecoming, whenever like he thinks he's about to hug him.
I'm talking about the one in the Matt Reeves. No, I'm talking about the one the Matt Reeves' Batman scene when he was checking the contact lens of the camera that she was on placed on her eye, and he thought he was just playing the flirtation against Selena.
Yeah,
I will. Yeah, I mean, I get where you can say that. I will say I think Mad Hatter getting buildings and building people really to commit suicide. That's dope, and I think Jerome's uncle getting the super hot soup and then pouring it down his face and throat was dope. I thought that was great. Where he's like,
that got a little graphic,
and he's like, and then Bullock is going to commit suicide on the roof. Like he just knocks Jim Gordon out, and then Jim's trying to stop him. That was awesome.
Yeah, he was trying to sacrifice from his hypnosis because he needed to know which station that he is setting out to everyone.
Yeah, and Barbara, which. I will say though, Jerome killing his uncle and then the strong man trying to kill Bruce, which I thought because Bruce got him is, well, I could kill him for you. He goes, don't kill him, but I'm not gonna kill him because,
So basically, because Jerome is trying to track down, try to settle the score with his abusive family, starting with his uncle.
Yeah. Which I hated that they had this random uncle that just came out of nowhere. Like, okay,
I don't even remember him mentioning his uncle in the first season.
That just comes out of nowhere because they're like, okay, and then the brother part too also came out of nowhere.
Oh, we'll get into that in the third episode. Yeah, we'll get into that because I knew about that whole thing, but I didn't want to say anything to Ryan.
Yeah, well, which I will say Selena, I like that Selena rescuing Bruce. I thought that was
but the one big dude did not go down so easily. His uncle, Jerome's uncle's bodyguard, tried to take on Bruce. I thought he was really going to take him on. No, it didn't do anything.
I do like that when Gordon shot Mad Hatter in his hand whenever at the radio station. He's like, and then he's like, bam, and he goes, ah. He's like, do it. He says, say something. I will fucking kill you. He's basically like, I will fucking kill you. Say something. And then he's like, he shot him in his hand. There's no more. He said, no more hitting his eye. And then, of course, Mad Hatter goes, I thought that was great, though, when they ambushed him at the end. The Mad Hatter, the Scarecrow, just sprays him in the fear toxin. Goes, ah! And then he opens up, and then Jerome's like, and he's like, all right. He's like, just like wearing a Get mask. Wearing a Get mask where he's like this. He's like this, going, and they're pulling him, and then all of a sudden the Scarecrow ambushes him, sprays him in the face.
I thought it was so funny. Going back to the diner when Bruce just throws a fucking plate at the bodyguard and didn't even go down. So he's just like, walks towards.
I was like, so last night I was rewatching Goldfinger, and there's a scene, when they're at Fort Knox, and then there's this guy that's just a hat. He throws the hat, and that's the only thing that could hurt him. He's just sitting there. James Bond's throwing a pipe at him. He's just like, and the guy's just like, and he's throwing Sean Connery around. And Sean Connery's like, finally, he just takes his hat. That's when he's like, oh, okay. Like he's not James Bond's not playing. He's like, everything I threw at this guy, he's trying to kill me. I thought that's what it reminded him so much. Where he finally throws the hat and he misses, but he didn't miss. He was trying to get him to hit the pipes. But I thought that is what it reminded me of last night when I was watching Goldfinger, where he's like, and then the guy just grabs him and throws him around like a rag doll. Like, that's what it just reminded me of. I'm sure Matt's like, I've never seen Goldfinger, but Ryan's like, I got what you're saying. Yeah.
No, I technically did, but it was a very long time ago when I watched the marathon of James Bond.
It's been a hot minute. I think 2020.
It's been a long time since the last time I watched the Goldfinger. I don't remember it. I don't even remember it much. I don't remember much of that movie.
Goldfinger is actually a really good movie.
And I was literally gonna binge watch the James Bond movie when it was on Netflix, but then now they took it off of Netflix. Like, goddamn.
Here's the thing: you'll have your chance June 1st. I think it goes back to Prime June 1st.
Okay, good, because I want to binge watch it since now the James Bond game is now out, and I'm
that's
what
I've been doing, rewatching all the movies to try to just like because they said there's a lot of Easter eggs in the new game, so I'm like that's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah.
Which I will say, but that's just my little tangent about Bond because I just thought that was so funny last night. It just reminded me of that. I will say the things I didn't like. Harvey's the smartest person in this episode by saying. Also, before that, Bullet just casually drops the line "feet of clay," which is a nod to Batman the animated series episode "Feet of Clay." Even though Clayface is not in this episode at all, I just thought that was funny that he said that line. I'm like,
I didn't know that. I mean, I don't remember much the dialogue in the Batman animated series, but wow, I did not realize that they dropped that as an Easter egg.
Yeah, well, he says that. Yeah, he says that because he said that's from the line from the title. That's what the title of the episode.
You know what? The one thing that bothered me, the moment that when Selena showed up and rescues Bruce, he was able to knock that.
Like, you know what's wrong?
He was able to knock him out with that blue stick with one hit when he couldn't even knock him out with the fucking plate in his face. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Matt's so angry about this episode. It's like, I'm gonna tell you about the diner. The diner made no sense. The diner, okay? He goes in the diner and he gets his ass whipped. He's Batman and gets his ass whipped by the guy, and then all of a sudden Catwoman has to rescue him.
And another thing.
You know, it really grinds my gears.
But I'm just talking about the one thing that bugged me a little bit. Is like, dude, you couldn't even knock him out in the first few minutes of that fight scene. Then when Selena shows up, you were able to knock him out with one hit with that pool stick. I was like, what the fuck?
You know what? This is what Matt was thinking.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. I feel shocked.
Yeah, that's the one I meant to say.
That was the wrong one, dude. Learn to pick your right videos.
Sorry, I got those two. I saw two of them. I just clicked the wrong.
You got to read the title of the video before clicking on it.
I thought that was the one. I'm sorry. Harvey is the smartest person in this episode because by saying we answered the phone to Mad Hatter and we talked to him. What if he puts hypnotism on us while we're talking to him without us noticing and we're walking right into a trap? Which I'm like, yes, because he literally says code words all the time. That's like you know. Also, where the hell is Alfred in this whole episode? Alfred is nowhere to be seen in these last two episodes.
I know. That was
also fired.
When Gordon and Bullock
he probably had the day off.
Like, I mean,
he got fired though.
But he got rehired like a 2.
No, he rehired him again.
Yeah.
Oh, that is right. Yeah.
I don't like Drum going. I don't like Jerome going after his.
Is it just me, or this one thing when he was able to break the hypnosis with those citizens? Like, hey, save yourselves. Found a loophole. I don't know how that would have worked to break the hypnosis.
They save themselves.
Save yourselves.
By sending them to heaven.
It's like, oh fuck, I made a mistake.
Save yourself.
Save yourselves in heaven. By sending them to heaven.
Send help.
Yep. Send help.
I also agree with Matt. The female league members just killing all the men saying they broke the rules.
That was the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
I did laugh though when Barbara said, "Well, it's not much of a league now, is it?"
I know that's not literally much of a league. You just killed your own people.
It's a group now. The group of assassins. The group of assassins now.
Group of female assassins. Like, no, the female League of Shadows.
It's not even a league anymore. It's a group now. It is a group. You're not a league.
It made no fucking sense.
When you're 5 people, you're not a league. You're a group.
You're just a fucking group. Like, what the fuck is going on?
The group of shadows. We're calling it now. The group of shadows.
I hated the scene where Barbara just lifts her hand up like, I'm the demon head. How cringy this scene was. Like, what are we watching here?
It's like, what was that? What is that? What's that one movie where there's the glowing hand? There's a movie like where it has the glow hand.
Oh God, I don't know. I can't remember.
That's a movie I just thought about.
It is Iron Fist.
another one where her hand lights up. Okay, but I just remember I was thinking about this. I was like, Barbara basically her hand lights up.
What about? I know. I think I know what you're talking about. I Am Number 4. The main character has the glowing hands shooting beams out of his hand.
I haven't thought about that movie in forever.
I didn't even hate that movie. I actually really liked it.
Yeah, Barbara.
I read those books. I was so excited for that to happen, and then it just never
It's
did.
been a minute since I've seen a hot minute. Yeah, that movie came out. By the way, wasn't it like co-written by the Smallville showrunners?
Yeah.
Yes.
It came out in 2011. I think it was like 2011 or 2012.
Yeah, which I mean, that movie, I was at a time when everybody was flopping in 2011.
When they were trying to put out a lot of these.
I always call 2011 dark. Like 80% of the movies I think came out in 2011 flopped because it's like, yeah, that movie, like that was a bad year for movies because every movie. I think like, and the movie, I remember reading an article that says summer of 2011 was one of the worst summer movie seasons because almost every movie came out flopped except for like the big ones. Like Harry Potter was a big success, The Hangover 2, and like Pirates and
Thor was a big success. The first Thor movie.
Yeah.
That's what I said, the first Thor movie, and then X-Men First Class, but every other movie was like underperformed. I think Captain America was underperformed, but it didn't flop. It underperformed. And then I think Green Lantern was a flop. And then of course, what was it? Fright Night was a flop. And then of course, I think also Planet of the Apes was a hit too. So.
Yeah, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, that was a hit.
Well, do we want to go to scores or?
Yeah, let's go to floor scores. I'm gonna say this is an 8 out of 10.
Really?
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
I'm siding with Collins. I'm going 8. I really like this
Fuck
episode.
You, Matt.
It's the villains.
How about this? Fuck you for having a worse taste.
You know what?
Ooh, that was a.
I don't know what you're saying, buddy. Fuck you.
Fuck me.
You really showed him, pal. Well, let's go to season 4, episode 17, called "Mandatory Brunch Meeting." The state of this title, like we don't have a title for this episode. Let me check something. Opens email, be like mandatory brunch meeting. That's it. Email.
They say in the first 5 seconds of the episode, you figure out the title, why it's called that, because you're like, oh, okay. I was like that. Even if you're stupid, you could literally figure that out in the first 5 seconds of the episode why it's called that, because you're just like, they don't shy away. There literally is a mandatory brunch meeting with all the bad guys. But yeah, Matt, go ahead.
Anyway, Matt.
This guy.
I've got him.
Gotham, all new next Thursday on Fox.
The episode aired on April 5th, 2018. Tompkins challenges Nigma to his game, the Riddle Factory, and Waggers to Waggers. What the fuck am I saying? And Wagers to abolish it if she wins. After she outsmarts Nigma, the two share a kiss. I don't know what the fuck is going on between the two of them and why she's in love with them. That babbles me here. Jerome assembles the Legion of Horribles, Penguin, Mad Hatter, Scarecrow, Firefly, and Mr. Freeze, and sets out to find Wayne Enterprises associated Xander Wild. Velasquez shoot up of Wayne Enterprises building, but is unable to find Wild and is forced to escape when the GCPD arrives. With help from Bruce, Gordon and Bullock locate Wild, who reveals that he is Jerome's twin brother, Jeremiah, and also reveals that he has kidnapped Jerome. Mad Hatter and Scarecrow break out at Jerome from Jeremiah's custody, but are chased off by Gordon and Bullock. Cobblepot convinces Grundy to be hired muscles for the Legion of Horribles, just as Scarecrow concocts on laughing gas for Jerome to spread across the city. Okay, the title of Legion of Horribles, really? That was a terrible fucking title I've ever seen in my life. Really?
I like the title.
I hated it. I hated that title. That was such a generic title I've ever heard. Like, it's like they couldn't even name Legion of Doom.
Because I mean, that'd be like Lex Luthor. That'd be bizarre.
Yeah, that's true.
That
Stuff they don't have the rights to.
That's true. They don't.
But I do like that you've seen all the villains in like one setting, and they're basically discussing their plan. And I thought that was really great. I love the idea how there's some in my notes I put like, okay.
And you know that this episode that Jeremiah created the whole prison of the maze. In the whole location, it felt like it looked like more of the version of Backrooms from the movie Backrooms, even though that this is way before Backrooms.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, YouTubers, they're like, yeah, YouTubers probably. I mean, I'm sure the guy probably watched Gotham and was like, yeah, you know what?
In the reveal of Jeremiah, his twin brother, I knew about that there was going to be. I literally known this for years when they were promoting the Gotham show, and I knew that from that Jeremiah, that has a twin brother in the show. I won't reveal too much of it, but I knew that was coming. It was going to be a matter of.
What do you think about Jeremiah? What did you think? I want to know what you think, because I think Matt knows what I know, but I want to see if you know.
Just about in this episode, or
what do you think about Jeremiah? I just want to hear what
as a character.
I like him. I wish they do more with him, but I like him as a whole. Like, I was dumb in thinking, oh, like he's definitely the Joker, but I've been reliably informed several times that he's not. So I'm like, okay.
Jerome or Jeremiah? Jerome or Jeremiah?
Wait, who am I talking about?
You're talking about. I'm talking about Jerome is the one that is with the Legion of Horribles. Jeremiah is the smart one that they just met, the twin brother.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a Jerome guy myself.
What do you think about this new character, Jeremiah? What do you think about the twin brother?
I mean, he's fine. He's fine, I guess.
Yeah. I can't say nothing about his character, but that's all I'm going to say is he is an important character in the show.
It's not going to be the last time you see Jeremiah.
He is a very important DC character. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, I will say that having him as a twin brother is a little bit of a cop-out, and once we get into the later episodes, you'll know what I'm talking about.
You know what Matt, I know Matt, you know who he is.
I've known this for years. When this shit was
Matt, you know who he is.
The show Gotham, it got spoiled for me. It was on social media. I was like, oh.
I know really? When they revealed it, like they went everywhere ape shit. Matt Ryan doesn't know. He's like, who is it? Tell me. You know who he is? Batgirl. He's Batgirl.
And my reaction to who Jeremiah really is in the show.
I have a few questions, starting with what the fuck?
Once you get into the later of the episode.
No, the next episode will reveal who he really is. In the next episode.
They will reveal who Jeremiah really is. And you're like, okay. Really?
And then Brian's going to be like, either yeah or
this.
What? What on God's great earth?
I hope I'm the former.
Who do you think, Ryan? Not before you get into the next episode. Who do you think he is?
I honestly don't know, and I
just throw a guess out. Throw a guess out.
It's Static Shock. Like, I don't know. I don't have a guess.
Static Shock, really? That's the best you can come up with.
That's a DC hero. Like
yeah, but he's a black character.
Yeah, that's the joke,
he turns
man.
black in the next episode, and he turns
black in the next episode.
It's Cameron Monaghan running around in blackface, going like, "Hey guys, I'm Static Shock." I guarantee that would be
dreadlock, and he has the blackface.
I literally pulled something off the top of my head.
You ask why? Why treat the customer this way? Why? Because fuck them. That's why.
Ryan, not trying to put Ryan in a corner, but like, tell us, what do you think? But no, I do like that Bruce and the GCPD showing up to the dean's office at the college, and he's holding a bomb, and Bruce is trying to talk him down, and then all of a sudden Gordon and him show up, and they realize, oh, and he shoots the clock, and then he pulls out a pocket watch, and they're like, Ryan, and then he blows himself up to where I'm like, that is dope. that is dope. I'm like, I bet you Ryan. I wanted to text Ryan, be like, Ryan, what'd you think? That's dope, right? Where he blows the Dean just blows himself up.
Yeah,
You see
that
go,
was
like,
really cool, actually. Yeah.
Like he just blows himself up, which I'm like, oh man, you gotta admit that was cool when he blows himself.
Wait, who blows himself up? I completely forgot.
The Dean at the beginning of the episode when Bruce and the GCPD show up at that college, and then he tells them where the Jerome is headed. But and then he turns around, he has a bomb strapped to his chest and says,
"Oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that was kind of stupid."
I thought it was great because he blows himself. You see it get blown up. It's like, boom. Everyone, I'm like, oh, that's dope. Which I will say one negative though. Why didn't Gordon just shoot the freaking wristwatch?
Yeah, why didn't he? That's the one thing that bothered me in this episode. Like, why didn't you shoot the wristwatch?
He doesn't have.
No, we just want to see him. We just wanted him to blow. We just want to see the guy blow himself up.
I was happy with him blowing himself. But in real life, that would have killed Jim and Bruce because that's a bomb. That it would have just went past him. It would have probably killed everyone in the building, or at least killed everyone on that floor. Jim, Bruce.
It would probably would have killed everyone in the room.
Yeah, like there's no way that it wasn't a bomb that was. Oh, it's just only going to kill everyone in this area. Like
it's just going to kill himself. It's just really going to blow himself up and not everyone around them.
Yeah, which I will say I do like Jerome showing up at the office, like asking the receptionist. He's with a shotgun. Looking for Xander.
That part was good. Yeah, I like that.
She's like, it's up there, and then he goes up. He's Xander right here, and then he goes in the elevator, and he goes, "I used to could whistle, but now I can't." He says,
"I whistle."
And then he goes up there, and he's like, "Excuse me," and he goes, "I want to know where Xander White is," and then he goes, "If not, bam!" And he shoots the guy in the chair. People are gonna die. You see, and then Bullock and Gordon come up there. They just see everybody running, and they're pulling guns out. And then
the guy was like, "Hey, he's not here." It's like, I know, I'm not blind.
I know, I'm not blind. I don't know why. For some reason, he sounds like Alex Jones when he talks. He's like, "Let me tell you something, okay, over here. Let me tell you
something over here."
Like I don't know why. I just got.
I don't like being owned by the Onion.
Yeah, let me tell you something, okay? Oh, Patriot. He's vampire. Let me tell you something over here. I'm over here trying to talk all this over here, okay, man? But yeah. Oh my God, Alex Jones is the Joker. Oh, that'd be so funny. Alex Jones is the Joker. Oh, but I will say, I think Gordon. I do like Gordon going up there and there's a shootout, and then all of a sudden Firefly shows up and then just shoots fireball, and then they go over, and then Jerome runs away with Firefly. To where I'm like, okay, that's scary now. He's got Firefly on his side, and I'm like, I'd be scared. And then of course I did like Echo. That Xander's assistant, Echo. Her name's Echo.
Yeah.
Echo,
It turned out that he was walking into Jerome was walking into a trap. Yeah, Jerome.
I was gonna ask about that. Do you got a dog or something? She goes, no, that cage is for you. And then
that cage is for you.
Yeah. I will say, which it turns out that that was all a ruse because
it was all a rules just to get him there and get him trapped into his own little prison.
Yeah, so that way, and then because the Mad Hatter hypnotized her earlier and made her forget, and then bringing her to Jeremiah as all being a trap to get Jeremiah so they can capture Jeremiah, which I thought that was clever. I thought that was very clever. Okay, because I was thinking, why that makes you stupid? You're just walking into a trap. And then it's like, no, they're not. He's actually the trap. This is like he said, I'll be out in a second. This is just that's why Jerome is just sitting there waiting. While the Mad Hatter and Scarecrow and all them are like, coming in the door. Echo's just like walking in there, and I thought that was so great and everything. And then I love that Gordon about the twin brothers. Like, there's two of them, and he goes, "Yes, but I'm nothing like." Which I'm sure Cameron Monaghan was like, "Yeah, I get to play two roles in the show. Great. I don't have to wear that damn makeup this time." The damn makeup. He's like this.
Just have a low combed hair and have the glasses on, and that's all you need with no makeup.
Yeah.
I think that the Riddler subplot of that whole him wagering and the fact that was the weakest fucking scene in the episode. I did not like. I hated it.
If they would cut out this episode, it would be like a 10 out of 10 because that's the one thing I hated about
it. Would have been a 9 if you would have cut that out of the episode.
I agree. I do think Penguin
having Lee try to outsmart him and then try to confess their love and their affection, which I don't buy into it. I think that was so. They made out. I was like, what? I have a feeling she's playing him. I think she's playing him.
I just hated all that. I'm like,
if it's real, if this is actually the real thing, if she's not playing him, then I question the writer's choice. Like, I don't buy that Lee would actually fall for the Riddler. I just don't buy it.
These are the same things that made Penguins have feelings for the Riddler. I'm just saying, these are the same writers that thought that was a good idea.
I know. That was the dumbest fucking idea they have ever done. Makes no sense.
I will say, as a desperate attempt, I think Gord. You remember how they told Bruce off saying, if you show up during our investigation again, I will charge you, and with obstruction. And then, of course, like 10 minutes later, they go to Wayne Manor asking Bruce for help, saying, "Yeah, we need your help now, Bruce. You know, we told you off like an hour ago. We need your help now to find out about Xander Wild because he built your father's building."
I take it back. Don't worry. I take it back. Sorry.
I'm so sad. You want me to kiss your ass? He said, yes, I want you to.
I just wants to kiss his ass at this point. Like, are you kidding me?
I said, bend over, Alfred. Let him kiss your ass. Pucker up.
No, how about this? Like, bend over your knees to spell run.
That's a good one.
I don't like where this is going. So let's just go to scores, okay?
Oh no, we got a lot. We're not even. Oh my god, Matt, that's so funny. But I will say, I did like Xander locking Jerome in a padded room, and Xander being Jerome's twin brother, and then of course Penguin going to Butch, and then Mad Hatter hypnotizing, of course, and then of course Jerome having a few skeletons of his own in the closet, where it's like you find out Jeremiah is not a saint, you know. And then, of course, I do like Penguin offering to help Butch by finding Hugo Strange if he joins them. And everyone at the GCPD staring at Jeremiah thinking he's Jerome until they're like, no, this is Jeremiah Velasquez. This is not Jerome. And then, of course, Penguin and Butch coming to meet up with Jerome and the other villains and seeing that Jerome has updated Scarecrow toxin that makes laughing gas kills its subjects. Like, what did you think about that, you know?
That was graphic. I thought he was going to like explode in a million pieces and there was going to be blood splatter all over the place. But they had to cut that part out because there's no way. It would have been too graphic.
I love that look that Penguin and Butch
just would have been it just would have been too gruesome if they actually have him explode and be like kind of like the fucking what is it? HBO style, like True Blood. There's a
like the way Penguin and Butch both look at Jeremiah, like this is sick. Like they looked at him like you're a psychopath. We don't want a part of this. We're just.
And also, I think that Penguin is just. I think the Penguin is just buying himself more time because he knows that Butch wants him dead because he wouldn't stop bothering him to recruit him to become the Legion of Horribles. Say, hey, Doctor Hugo Strange is going to be the guy to give you a cure. No, he won't.
Well, he
won't. It's not going to happen.
With the Penguin, I think this is like he sees Jeremiah like you're not my friend, you're not my ally, you are a psychopath, and I am nothing like you. Jim, that's what Penguin is like you. I'm more side with Jim Gordon than I am with you because you're a psycho. You're gonna commit mass genocide in Gotham because you're a criminal. And he goes, we're just criminals. We're not psychos. And that's what he's realizing now. Like, this is a psycho. I am not a psycho. I kill people, but I don't kill people unless I have to. You're just a psychotic person that wants to reign chaos in Gotham. I am not like you at all.
That's who Jerome who really is. That's mostly what Joker is in comics. He's just a psychopath that wants to reign chaos. And I like
that when he just sees him, like when you can just tell looking at Penguin's face, how him and you can just
because the group of the Legion of Horribles, including like Mr. Freeze, Firefly, and even Penguin and Butch, they all have their own principles of killing.
Like, yeah, which everyone besides Butch and the Penguin are they're all for this, you know? Like, Firefly's all for this, and so is Freeze. And so, but like, the Penguin's like, I'm not for this at all. Like, you know, I am not. I'm like Barbara and Tabitha.
I did like the part that Jerome was able to outsmart his twin brother in the maze, that he was able to have a plan B and C and all that shit. He had a backup plan to break him out.
I did think that made me laugh though. Was when Grundy walks in with Penguin. Jerome's saying Grundy's like, oh, little big for a test subject, don't you think? And then he goes, no, he's with us. He's with me. Okay, this is.
Come on, he fisted him in the chest. He's like, he fisted him in the chest. Like, I was like, damn.
Yeah. Oh. Also, why not shoot? Yeah, why not shoot the guy's wristwatch first at the beginning of the episode? Because that would have stopped the bomb. You know. Also, why not shoot Gordon and Bullock where Firefly got them pinned down? Okay, Jerome could have literally went and just shot them dead right then and there, you know. And I don't like the Littler and Lee's BS in this episode where they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna cut off her hand if she doesn't rescue it." I'm like, I hate that whole subplot.
Sure,
I hate that.
Sure you are, pal. Sure you are.
I hate that. Mad Hatter hypnotizing Bullock and him saying, "Oh no, tell me you're not hypnotized." Like the scene where they walk into the maze and all of a sudden Mad Hatter's there with Scarecrow and he goes, and he tries to put us hypnotize him again, and then Bullock's like, "Oh no, you're not gonna hypnotize me again!" And he charges at him. It's so stupid. And they're like, "Run! We must run! We must run!" And I'm like, Scarecrow's right there. Even if he charges at you, tell Crane, do this. Crane, do that. Fear toxin and spray him in the face. I don't understand why they didn't do that. You know, wouldn't you get? Literally, I would have got Crane as soon as Bullock charged at him, hit Scarecrow, who has fear toxin, and the Mad Hatter, who actually can literally do this. Run away.
Yeah, the way that Bullock just charges them was so stupid. I'm not gonna be hypnotized again. He's just like, ah! I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? This is so stupid. This is so goofy.
You're like, what is that? And all of a sudden, they both run.
And yeah, why couldn't you have Crane just spread the fucking fear toxin into his face, and that would have solved it?
Yeah.
Over. I swear to God, the writers with their logic is so fucking idiotic that you're like, what am I watching? What was going on? This is stupid.
You know, and also the fact that I understand maybe it's not spraying him in the face because Mad Hatter's right there, and so Mad Hatter doesn't have a gas mask on, so he would have got the fear.
Yeah, but they were near him when he was spreading that toxin when they were robbing that truck.
Yeah, well, actually, the Scarecrow Mad Hatter was in the very back of the truck and the thing, but the guard was only there, so Mad Hatter was not in the same area. Same thing with what's it called? Same thing, whenever like the spear toxin, which by the way, the Joker fear toxin at the end, they spray that in the room with everyone there, and only the guy is the one.
And no one gets hit. None of them. So that just goes away from that logic earlier in the episode.
And they're just like, huh? I was like, wouldn't you make sure that we'll put gas mask on and then afterwards take it off?
Yeah, no one puts it on. No one puts on the gas mask.
But I mean, I still enjoyed this episode. But yeah, I mean, they go into ratings.
Yeah.
I am going to give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay, Matt?
I'm going to give it a 7.5.
So for this, I'm going to go 8 because I like both 8 and 9, or I liked last episode and this one, but I like them both equally, but for different reasons. So that's my stance on it. But what did you all think of these episodes? Let us know in the comments. Love to read what you have to say. Great to talk about Gotham again with these guys. And we got more stuff coming up later on throughout the year and for a long time to come. But Collins, where can the people find you?
They can find me at your mom's house. No joke. They can find me at 3D Movie Cinema.
Who's that knocking at my door? Do I have to clothesline someone?
They can find me at 3D Movie Cinema, where by the time this airs, I will either have I don't have a review set yet. It's either going to be a scary movie or it's going to be Cape Fear, because Cape Fear is this week, which I'm going to talk to you guys about that off camera. And then of course we do Small Zero this Friday, and that's about it.
Okay, Matt, what about you?
You can find my channel at MattY92. I put up 2 reviews for a couple of movies, Obsession and The Mandalorian Grogu. You could check out my trailer reaction to X-Men 97 Season 2. And by the time this airs on For Talking Gotham, I would already have my review up for Masters of the Universe and Scary Movie 6. So definitely check that out if you guys haven't already.
Yep, all the links down below. Subscribe to them over there. Subscribe to Small Zero. As far as this channel goes, 1996 project reviews are mostly done, and they will be slowly drip-fed. I got some big plans for that one. MCU project, that's in the can as well, though that will be slowly drip-fed as well. And Thank you all so much for watching. For Collins, for Matt, my name is Ryan Cam. Stay off the streets of Gotham. They're not safe. We'll see you all in the next one. Y'all take care.
Sharpton for president, y'all. I'm outie.
Jesse Jackson for VP.